Have you ever had issues with your roommates leaving their belongings all over the house? Is it a constant battle fighting over household chores? Does your roommate constantly nag you to do more around the house? If you answered yes to any of these questions, we just might have the solution to your problems. Division of domestic labor is an essential part of college students' lives. Fighting over chores is one of the top 3 conflicts in today's households. It can lead to dissatisfaction in relationships, loss of friendship, increases overall stress, and can even force another roommate to move out, causing financial distress. The point at which a person is disturbed by a task being undone is known as the threshold level. The difference in threshold levels is one of the main reasons for this conflict. The higher the threshold level, the less one will notice tasks that need to be done. As you can see, the sink on the left would represent a household with low threshold levels. The sink in the middle is about average threshold. Then the sink on the right represents a household with high threshold levels.
Here's an example of different threshold levels. Alright, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my apartment and the threshold levels of me and my roommate. The threshold levels to get a task done. If you can look at my room, I have a higher threshold to get tasks done, and so it's messy. There's stuff all over my desk, bananas, dirty cups, goldfish, my laundry baskets overflowing everywhere. That's because I have a higher threshold to get the task done, so I'm not really disturbed by it yet. I don't really feel a need to get it done, and I'm able to keep it this way because this is my room, my area. This isn't really shared with my roommate, so he doesn't care. But out here, in the common area of our living room, he has a lower threshold. So I have to keep this really clean because he gets annoyed when anything's dirty. So as you can see, the blankets are kept all tidy. The floor's all clean, nothing on it. Books have to be lined up, pillows. So this is a really good way of showing how different higher and lower thresholds for getting a task done are. And I'm able to keep my room dirty because it's my room and I have a higher threshold, but this common area we have to keep clean because even though I have a high threshold, he has a lower one, and it annoys him to have this dirty at all. So, yep.
Other factors include genetic traits, personality traits, and socialization, such as gender roles and parental modeling. Here's an example of differences in gender role socialization of threshold levels.
Okay, now we're going to look at a messy bedroom. Right here, it shows that this person has a very high threshold level, meaning that they have a high tolerance level of a task being undone. You can see right here that they have clothes still in duffel bags and luggage, probably from trips before that hasn't been taken care of. The coffee table is absolutely a mess. It has things everywhere. There's also notes and clothes on the floor. A table that has everything on there has not been cleaned up. There's purse on the bed. They didn't make their bed. Really messy laundry basket and things stacked everywhere. So this person was able to live in this condition, feeling that the messiness of the room doesn't bother them. And after that, we will look at a clean bedroom. Right here, it's a very clean bedroom. There's nothing on the desk. There's absolutely a lot of area for them to work on. There's a well-organized shelf right here. They made their bed. And you can tell that there's like no decorations. There's absolutely nothing on the floor. This person shows a very low threshold level, meaning that they clean up after themselves extremely quick. They wouldn't want anything to be misplaced, and that's why it shows the room's tidiness versus the first bedroom we saw. That was a lot messier.
There are a few ways to avoid chore conflict. It is important to discuss chores and threshold levels before and frequently after you move in together. Also, try not to nag the other person if they may have a high threshold level because they may be unaware that a task needs to be done. Also, try to understand their point of view. If they do a chore poorly, don't assume it was unintentional because they might not be aware of their mistake. Lastly, if it seems that an underperformer is refusing to complete a chore, they might not even notice that it needs to be done. Communicating about tasks is key. Communicating with roommates about household chores is easier said than done. So, here are a few ways on how to negotiate effectively. First, make sure to discuss chores and expectations often. Second, understand your roommate's threshold level is most likely not the same as yours. In order to divide chores up evenly and fairly, consider making a specific chore plan, as this picture displays. One effective way to manage chore sheets is to rotate names on the chore sheet frequently so that one person isn't constantly performing the same task. Some ways to not approach the negotiation of chores include nagging, criticizing the quality of the other person's performance, and accusing the other person for the lack or overcompensation of a task.